Hey guys, welcome back to my entire Blu-ray and DVD collection. Here is where I will show you the rest of my standard Blu-ray movies before we dive into the DVDs, which will be in part 6. So let's finish out here discussing the rest, or showing the rest of my Blu-ray movies in my collection. We have Rise of the Planet of the Apes. We have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Two really good movies. I'm not sure which one's the first one. The second one might be. But I have to go back and watch them and see what I think. We have Roadhouse, Guilty Pleasure. We have Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, one of my all-time favorite movies. We have The Rock, Roger Rabbit. We have Rush Hour, the first one, the only one I really enjoy. We have The Sandlot, one of my all-time favorite childhood movies. Just great movie, just love it. We have The Santa Claus. Then we have the first Scream movie, my favorite of the entire series. And then we go over here, and then we have Scream 2. We have Scream 4. I don't have Scream 3. Just didn't care for it. Just really wasn't as entertaining as the first two and the fourth one were. Then we have Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights double feature. I love Shanghai Noon. I didn't really care for Shanghai Nights. We have Shaun of the Dead, one of my favorite zombie movies. Shawshank Redemption, one of the greatest movies of all time. Then we have the Sherlock Holmes, the first one. Love that movie. We have the Shrek trilogy. All three are good. I love the first one a lot more. Then we have The Shining, one of the all-time great horror movies. The Silence of the Lambs. Put the lotion in the basket. Then we have Silver Linings Playbook, phenomenal movie. Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence did a phenomenal job in that movie. Alright, then we have The Sixth Sense. We have Skyfall. As I said before about Casino Royale, I will be getting the Steelbook version on this, as well as Casino Royale, when it comes out in 2 weeks. Two of my favorite James Bond movies. We have Sleepy Hollow. One of my favorite Halloween movies, and probably my second favorite Johnny Depp performance of all time. Then we have Snow White and the Huntsman. Then we have Space Jam. We have Speed. Don't go 55, man. Then we have The Spectacular now. Stand By Me, one of my favorite movies of all time. We have Stargate. And then we have Star Trek Into Darkness, the sequel to the newer Star Trek movies. Alright, there's the rest of my Blu-rays down here. We have Starship Troopers, one of my favorite comedies of all time. Superbad, love this movie. Then we have Superman the movie. We have Starship Troopers, or Super Troopers, excuse me, sorry about that. Then we have Taken, the first one, which is the only one I really care about in the entire series. Then we have The Taken of Pelham, 1, 2, 3. I love this movie. A lot of people don't like it. I thought it was a tremendous movie. Denzel Washington and John Travolta did a very good job in this movie. Then we have Ted, the first one. Love this movie. One of my favorite comedies. I will be getting Ted 2 when that comes out in December. And we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one. And we have the second one here. I don't have the third one. I thought the third one was atrocious. Then we have There's Something About Mary. Then we have This Is the End. Love that movie. Then we have Thor. I do enjoy this movie, but I think it could have been a little bit better. It's not one of my favorite Marvel movies, but I enjoyed it. I mean, like I said, I think it could have been a little bit better. The same thing goes with the sequel, Thor: The Dark World. Enjoyed it, but I felt like it could have been a little bit better. Then we have Titanic. Great movie. Then we have Tommy Boy, one of my favorite Chris Farley movies of all time. Then we have Total Recall, the remake, which I don't think this movie I don't think it's as good as the Schwarzenegger movie is, but I think this one's a little bit more entertaining than the Schwarzenegger movie. The Schwarzenegger movie just felt too confusing. Then we have Transformers, the first one, which is the only one I really care about in the entire series. Then we have Tremors. Love that movie. We have Troy, one of my favorite movies that take you back in time. Then we have Twister. Then we have Underworld, the first one. And then we have the sequel, Underworld Evolution. Then we have V for Vendetta, great movie. Then we have the very first Vacation movie. It's my second favorite of the Vacation movies. We have Van Helsing, one of my favorite football movies of all time, Varsity Blues. Then we have Vegas Vacation. Not great, but I still really enjoy this. This is my third favorite of the Vacation movies. We have Warrior, great movie. We have We Were Soldiers, another great war movie. Weekend at Bernie's, love this movie. You don't hear a lot of people talk about this. If you ever get a chance to recommend people to watch this, this is a great movie to watch. Then we have Wedding Crashers. And one of my favorite movies of all from last year, and probably is going to be one of my favorite movies of all time as well, is Whiplash. Phenomenal movie. This movie, I didn't hear anything about it until I heard about the Academy Award nominations, and then when I saw this, I was like, what is this movie about? And then when I watched the trailer, I was like, oh, it looks pretty good. And when I finally watched it, I was like, this was an incredible movie. If you guys have not watched it, I highly recommend it. We have White House Down. Then we have Wild Things. Then we have Willow, one of my favorite childhood movies. A movie I don't hear a lot of people talk about, too. We have Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Then we have The Wolfman, which could have been a lot better, but I still enjoyed it. We have The Wizard of Oz, one of the all-time great classics. Then we have World War Z. We have The Wrestler, which was a lot better than I expected it to be. Then we have X-Men Last Stand, which could have been a lot better. I was just very disappointed in this movie. Such a big letdown. I don't hate it, but it just could have been a lot better. Then we have X-Men Days of Futures Past, which is my second favorite of the entire X-Men movies. Then we have Zero Dark 30. And then we have Young Guns, one of my favorite Western movies of all time. We have Young Frankenstein. Then we have Zack and Miri Make a Porno. And finally, we have Zombieland. Alright guys, so that ends all my standard Blu-ray movies. I do have also two here I'll show you, is the 4 seasons of Game of Thrones. My favorite TV show of all time. Season 5 will be coming out, I believe, next March. And I certainly will be adding that to my collection here. Yeah, I have all 4 seasons. Season 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright guys, so that concludes all my my standard Blu-rays here, and I will see you guys in part 6 when I show you my entire DVD collection. Alright guys, I'll see you in part 6. Later.